Hey there, beautiful souls! If you're a widow whose kids are flying the nest soon, it might feel like it's time for the next chapter. But where do you start? Well, grab your favorite cozy blanket because today we're diving into 5 transformational books that will help you not just survive, but thrive like they did for me after loss. Let's turn those pages and find your sparkle again. The first book that I turned to after I was grieving, and actually I had just started my recovery journey, was When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. Pema teaches us that it's okay to feel lost and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. With humor and warmth, she shows us how to embrace our uncertainty. Perfect for those I can't believe this is my life moments. One of my favorite quotes from this book is, "The most fundamental aggression towards ourselves, the most fundamental harm we can do to ourselves is to remain ignorant by not having the courage and the clarity to look at ourselves and our situations." This is something that really hit me after everything happened. Was just like, I wondered why all of this happened to me, why so many bad things happened to me, and like that just wasn't a question to ask. It's not about what has happened to you. When I was grieving, grief brought up a lot of things from childhood and past traumas that needed to be healed. It was the first time I'd really been on my own, without someone close to me taking care of me, being there for me. It was a really hard time, and so it was hard to look at myself. It was hard to look at those things, but if I didn't have the courage to do that, I would have never moved forward. I would have never had so much growth, and I was really on a seeking journey for myself. I wondered constantly, what's the purpose of this? I wanted to know that, and so the more that I read, the more that I absorbed, the more of it made sense to me, and whatever was true for me that clicked, the same is true for you. It may not be the same for me. In what I've learned, what I believe, my experiences, they're all different than what you might believe, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfect just the way it works for you, the way it happens for you. But I have to say, you've really got to look at it, and that's the only way to start this journey. So you've got to look at yourself and have that courage. One of the key takeaways from this book is about embracing uncertainty as a natural part of life. We all know as widows that life is fragile. Change is a constant. Nothing ever happens the way you expect it to. And uncertainty and change is just a given. By becoming aware and sitting with your feelings without judgment, you can transform the pain into personal growth and resilience. So definitely check this book out. You won't be sorry. You'll learn a lot about yourself. The second book I want to talk about is Soul Shifts by Dr. Barbara Angelis. Barbara offers practical wisdom on how to transform your life from the inside out. She reminds us that it's never too late to change your mindset. Plus, she has a knack for making you feel like you're having a coffee with a good friend. One of the powerful quotes from this book is, "You have the power to change your life by changing your thoughts. When you change your thoughts, you change your world." One of the key takeaways from this book is your thoughts shape your reality. By consciously choosing empowering beliefs, you can shift your perspective and open up new possibilities for your life. She also gives you a lot of exercises and prompts for things to say and do that can get you unstuck and get you in the momentum of change. I highly recommend this book. The third book I want to talk about is called The Choice for Love, another gem by Dr. Barbara Angelis. This book focuses on choosing love over fear, a vital lesson for widows ready to step into a new life. After all, love can come in many forms, like that second slice of gluten-free vegan chocolate cake. One of the memorable quotes from this book is, "Love is the most powerful force in the universe, and it is the most important choice we can make." There are several takeaways from this book, which is why I absolutely love it. One of the key takeaways is, love is a choice that can lead to healing. By choosing love over fear, you can create a more fulfilling and connected life, even in the face of loss. Another thing that really stood out to me about this book was how she talked about the illusion of brokenness. It discusses a common feeling of feeling broken, but it asserts that we're always whole. Our experiences, even painful ones, contribute to our growth and wisdom. I want to read one of the lines from this book that talks about that. "Love isn't something we can actually get from anyone else. No one can give you any love you don't already have. No one can fill you with anything you don't already possess. Sometimes you feel it and sometimes you don't. But all the love you ever feel is yours, rising up from within you from the source of all love. Love is its own source." And then there's another thing that she has in here about relationships. to others. She says, when you're in a relationship with another person, you're actually in a threesome. You're having two relationships at once. One with the other person and another with the energy of love inside you. And so this book has a lot of great wisdom and exercises that help you connect with that love that's already within you and how you can expand that ocean of love within you. And I gotta say, this one is like one of the more memorable books out of these because I really thought I was broken after my husband passed away. I thought that I didn't really like that quote that you complete me from Jerry Maguire, but I actually felt like my husband was my other half and like he did complete me, like I was made for him. You know, he was my soulmate or my twin flame. He was my other half, which a lot of people say. And while he was a lot of those things, after reading this book, I realized that, oh, I do have my own source of love. He wasn't it. He wasn't the only source of love, which is what I thought because I felt like my heart was broken in a million pieces and I didn't know how to pick it back up again. And I definitely wasn't interested in love. I didn't pick this book up because I wanted to love other people again. I knew that this was going to help me choose love again at all for myself, you know. Of course I love my kids and everything. I love my family members, but I really shut down after he passed away because like I actually did look at him as like my source for happiness and I realized that. And now that I know that, it's like, well, that wasn't true. He had his love for me and I had my love for him and together we grew it into something beautiful. But just because he's passed away and he's in the spirit form doesn't mean that that love's gone. It's still there. I still very much feel it. And I feel it for myself too, which is something that I really didn't look at before. So definitely, yes, this book is super good. I'm about to knock this over. Alright, the fourth book that I want to talk about is Being You, Changing the World by Dr. Dain Heer. He's one of the founders of Access Consciousness, which is a lot of the classes that I take. So in this book, Dr. Dain talks about encouraging you to embrace your uniqueness. He's all about celebrating who you are and what you can create. Because let's face it, no one else can be you. And who wouldn't want to be the best version of themselves? One of the quotes that I like, and there's a ton of quotes, but one of them that I picked for this is, what if you could embrace the life you have now and create the future you desire? It's all about being present and being grateful for what you have now, which is also setting a precedent for the future that you can create. You're creating your future in each moment, whether you realize it or not, with your thoughts and your actions and what can you do to create the future. You keep asking questions and your future starts to show up. One of the key takeaways about this book is embracing your unique qualities and strengths. Recognizing that you are a valuable contribution to the world can empower you to pursue your passions and desires. There's so many awesome questions in this book. I highly recommend you go through it. It just gives you a lot of the access clearings as well that can totally change and get rid of any type of limiting beliefs you have about yourself and your purpose and judgments about yourself. It's really a good book. Obviously, changing the world, it's changing yourself. Highly recommend. Check this out. I'll put a link to buy this in the description below. The fifth book that I'm going to share is The Power Within You by Louise, the legend. Louise is a classic. This book is all about self-love and healing. She reminds us that we have the power to change our reality. It's like finding the secret ingredient to your favorite recipe, only this time it's you. One of the quotes from this book is, "You're the creator of your own life. You can choose to be happy and you can choose to be free." One of the key takeaways that I got from this book was self-love is the foundation for healing and transformation. By nurturing and affirming yourself, you can reclaim your power and you can create a life that is reflecting your true self. That's what I love about this book, is it's all about empowerment. It gives you so many affirmations and ways to change your mindset and ways to empower you. And I really love Louise Hay, like all of her books. You Can Heal Your Life is another great one. All of these books though have exercises in them, have things that you can put into use and start to create that daily change with the positive vibrations and lifting your spirits and getting you to see things in a new way and getting you to look at things, but also making it like your awareness. You're learning more about your own awareness and what you're capable of, what power that you have, and it really empowers you to keep going and keep learning and keep choosing. So all of these are really good books, and there's a lot more, but these are just the top 5 that I've chose for this, especially for widows who are ready to make some changes in their lives. So yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you made it this far, let me know what life-changing books that you've read. I would love to see that. Remember, life doesn't come with a manual, but it does come with a library. So grab one of these books, put your favorite cozy socks on, and get ready to embrace your next adventure. You got this. Until next time, keep smiling, keep shining your light, and making the world a lot brighter. Bye!